Welcome to Smokey Approved Korea. I'm your boy Jurnalist, and on this one we are back for some more. I don't know if it's Ploopy, Ploppy. I believe it's Ploopy 678. If you don't know, I love me a mess. I seen mess, so man, come watch mess. That's just how it goes. This is the scandalous life of K-pop's MESSIEST trainee Han Seo-hee. I believe is how you gonna say bro name, or is it Han Seo-hee? Maybe it's Han Seo-hee because that E might be silent. I don't know. However, I'm watching this because I have a recording session I need to do with Anno or A420, so I don't have all the time I need to dedicate to music reaction. So man's just gonna watch mess. That's pretty much just what it is. So thank you guys for joining me. If you could please hit that like, subscribe. Patreon's in the description. And then one final announcement: brand new music video, No Feelings, is out right now on the channel. Will be linked at the end of the video, or you can go watch it directly on the channel. Please go check it out. Give me a couple of extra minutes of your time, and then also drop a comment. Let me know if you hate it, love it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got. Is it messy? Is it messy? We shouldn't do those. Trigger warnings aren't actually good because you just trigger a person before they can actually get into what they were trying to do anyways, and just have them deal with what they have to deal with. But yeah. My bad. I had to go let Anno in. But in that time also, which is funny, a trigger warning is like a parental advisory. So I don't know why a parental advisory doesn't cause the same feelings, but they serve the same purpose. I don't know. I had the thought while I was getting Nano in the house, and I figured I just might as well just pick up where I left off. Okay, said that part. Now let's get into the video.
Top, B.I., Wonho, and Yang Hyun-suk. What do all of these top celebrities have in common? Well, the answer is they all got involved with a K-pop trainee by the name of Han Seo-hee, and they all paid the
Oh God, I thought Han Seo-hee was a nigga.
price for it. Whether it's facing false allegations, engaging in illicit affairs, or participating in illegal activities, getting
Damn, 10 times at a brothel? You didn't even make you. Wow. He couldn't even take you to a hotel. Well, I guess maybe you can only go to a brothel if you're cheating.
Tangled into Han Seo-hee's web of chaos has brought about the demise of numerous K-pop celebrities. Seo-hee's web of chaos has brought.
My brain is too tapped right now. What the fuck is these? They got bricks of fucking shit just taped together, so everybody could get their recordings at the fucking same time. I know these are like the multiple microphones, but this is just like. What is this?
Brought about the demise of numerous K-pop celebrities, groups, and even CEOs.
Oh, she done got a CEO?
Now soon to be 4 drug scandals
crazy
under her belt. You'd honestly be hard-pressed to find a K-pop drug scandal that didn't somehow involve this infamous trainee. So, who the heck is Han Seo-hee, and how could a mere trainee like her bring about so much trouble? Greetings, professors! Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the one and only Han Seo-hee and her tragic transformation from being a once promising trainee to becoming the literal definition of a hot mess. But of course, Han Seo-hee isn't the only hot mess out there. Because I too can be an absolute mess.
Me too.
Especially in the kitchen. Which is why I really wanted to take some time to thank the sponsor of today's video.
Nah, I'm skipping your commercial. I fuck with you, shorty, but fuck HelloFresh. What is, matter of fact, what the fuck is this? This, oh, these niggas, man, I swear to God. I've been spoiled living in California, having like proper Mexican food. So when I see some Tex-Mex bullshit like this, it just offends the sensibilities that I have just been able to grow from having interaction with real Mexican food. Shorty ain't even toast the tortillas, yo. Like, that bitch is gonna rip if she folds it any closer. This is just so frustrating. I went to this place in Glasgow this weekend. These motherfuckers had the audacity to fucking offer tacos and then put scheme style. They don't have fucking schemes in motherfucking Mexico. What the fuck is a scheme style taco? This just... I get how people want to do fusion, or like there's like you're playing with flavors, but there's also just respect the nigga's culture. Don't Just make the fucking dish. I'm sorry. Like I'm very nippy about food. I don't really cover a lot of food on the channel, but I'm a fucking food snob and shit like fucking commercial from HelloFresh has got me flipping the fuck out. I'm so sorry. This isn't even what the video's about.
Actually
fuck this commercial.
So I can't recommend Hello.
No, I can't. But go support Shorty though.
So Han Seo-hee's journey into the K-pop industry started all the way back in 2011 when she auditioned for JYP Entertainment at the tender age of 16.
She wouldn't be getting signed at my record label.
Thanks to her amazing voice, she was able to win.
I don't know about her actual voice, but that shit was flat. That shit, no. I can't sing. And no. I wouldn't sign that. I promise you. But at 16, maybe. Okay, I can see why she could be a trainee. It's flat, but it has a pretty tone to it. Okay.
Place at the audition, but for unknown reasons, she never ended up signing with JYP. Guess they really dodged a bullet there. Instead, the very next year, she competed on the MBC audition program Birth of a Great Star Season 3. There, Seo-hee managed to catch the eye of the judges and advanced all the way to the top 24 before getting eliminated. Whether we like to admit it or not, it was obvious that Seo-hee possessed quite a lot of natural talent, so it was no surprise that after the show, she received love calls from many different agencies. And in 2013, she finally made the decision to join Pledis Entertainment as a trainee. Unfortunately, Seo-hee did not enjoy her time at Pledis Entertainment. In an Instagram story, she revealed that managers would spy on trainees with CCTV cameras to make sure that they weren't sleeping or lazing around, and Seo-hee just could not get behind this strict training system, so she ended up leaving just a few months later. Following this, she would join a string of other agencies including Source Music, where she trained with the members of G-Friend, and Jellyfish Entertainment, where she trained with the members of Gugudan. The problem was, most of these companies would have obviously had similarly strict training systems.
How's the fuck is she getting at all these contracts? Because don't you have to sign up with these people? Like, they just let motherfuckers in? Or is this like a time period back in, like, it was still the Wild Wild West? Like, we just letting everybody the fuck in because we're still taking advantage of people.
As Pledis. And if you need to know one thing about Han Seo-hee, it is that following rules isn't exactly her strong suit. Han Seo-hee was known to have a rebellious personality, and it is also believed that this was around the time that she first began experimenting with alcohol and drugs, so it's no surprise that she didn't manage to last long in any of these companies. In fact, an anonymous employee even revealed that Han Seo-hee only lasted a month in his company before getting kicked out due to, quote, personal problems. So this brings us to 2016. By now, 5 years had already passed, and many of the people that Seo-hee had once trained with had already become successful artists. Yet she herself was back at square one, with no company and no debut in sight. Now at this point, most trainees in her position would have probably chosen one of two paths. Some might choose to continue auditioning for more companies, while others might leave the entertainment industry and pursue another career. But Han Seo-hee chose neither. Instead, she continued to linger around the entertainment scene not as a trainee, idol, or member of staff, but rather as the K-pop industry's resident drug dealer.
Okay, she went Scarface with it. Perfect.
Drug dealer.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was about to hit her with the. She turned into like a Corinne Steffens or something. If you don't know who Corinne Steffens is, just Google. Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it to Google. You and your FBI guy will deal with that together. But I thought she was gonna say that. I didn't think we was gonna have a Scarface art.
Unlike her idol career, her drug dealing business seemed to take off immediately, and it wasn't long before she was distributing drugs to some of the top celebrities in Korea. Perhaps one reason why she was so successful was because she had built up many connections in the industry thanks to her years of training at different companies. But on top of that, she also took up a job at a high-end brothel in Gangnam known as a Tempero. Now for those of you who are wondering, Tempero translates to 10%, meaning only the most beautiful 10% of women can work there. Now, as you can imagine,
how do we
most
say this
beautiful
word?
Wondering,
Is this tempero? Is this a bad word, or a word that I could use to be like, yo, shorty's like, she's a tempero, like she's a premium, like that's a fit bird. Can we say that? Or it doesn't work like that, and it's only used in the seedy nature. Because if it's only used for the seedy nature, I don't want to use it. But if I could say tempero for a particular type of girl, goddamn right.
Tempero translates to 10%, meaning only the most beautiful 10% of women can work there. Now, as you can imagine, these brothels would be hella expensive, which meant that Seo-hee had the opportunity to service wealthy celebrities, businessmen, and CEOs, who not only funded her drug habits, but introduced her to even more people within the entertainment industry. And one of her most notable clients happened to be none other than Yang Hyun-suk, the then CEO of YG Entertainment.
Yeah, that's a boy that likes some cocaine. That's a boy that likes some cocaine.
Guys. Seo-hee was never a YG trainee, and this was actually how she first became associated with the company. According to court documents, Yang Hyun-suk was introduced to Seo-hee through the brothel owner, Miss Jung. The pair would then continue a sexual relationship, with Yang Hyun-suk regularly visiting the brothel to meet Seo-hee. Additionally, the pair would also communicate via instant message, and Yang Hyun-suk even gave Seo-hee many free tickets to YG concerts, which might explain how Seo-hee managed to come into
Oppa means daddy, right? Or brother? I can't remember.
Contact with so many of YG's artists. However, it also seemed like she might have just had a natural affinity with people from this company, because while she was seeing Yang Hyun-suk, she also came into contact with Big Bang member Top on a completely separate occasion. According to news reports, Top first saw Seo-hee at a cafe in Cheongdam-dong, and
Big Bang Group. Top is this nigga's name. Okay. What the fuck does TOP stand for? The only person? I'm sorry. My brain's just not on it right now. What?
I was so captivated by her beauty that he obtained her number from an acquaintance and proceeded to contact her. Side note, I have no idea if Top knew about her relationship with his boss, but I can only imagine how awkward things must have been when he first found out.
Niggas don't care. As long as that nigga didn't tell me. I don't care. I want her now. Who the fuck cares about beforehand? This is the whole thing, like, with the whole, like slut shaming. That shit only lasts for a certain amount of time, and what I mean by last is niggas caring. Because the moment a guy wants to pair off with somebody that the world considers to be a slut, he's gonna fight the entire world for telling us, or that if we tell him that she's a slut after he's decided to pick her. Like, that shit is stupid. It's really dumb. Like, nah, fuck that shit.
Regardless, Top and Seo-hee ended up dating from October of 2016 to sometime in mid-2017, when their relationship was cut short thanks to a huge drug scandal. The scandal first began after a stylist from YG Entertainment was caught smoking weed in Japan, which caused police to launch a full-scale investigation against the entire company. Now, initially, they were unable to find...
One nigga get caught in Japan and get my whole thing rolled up back home? What are these drug laws in Korea? Jesus Christ. This is dystopian. What the fuck? Nigga get 5 years for doing a grape, but you smoke one joint, you get the whole thing taken down. That's crazy.
Evidence against any of the artists under YG. However, they then received a tip from an arrested drug dealer that Han Seo-hee was involved in his drug distribution scheme. And upon doing more investigation into Han Seo-hee, they discovered that she had actually been smoking weed with her boyfriend Top on multiple occasions throughout their relationship. But as it turns out, Top wasn't even the only YG artist who had been in contact with Seo-hee, because police then discovered chat logs that showed Icon member B.I. had also attempted to purchase
He
LSD
like cocaine
from
too.
Seo-hee.
What else did he try and get?
B.I. had also attempted to purchase LSD from Seo-hee. And upon
I misjudged you, B.I. I like him. Psychedelics are, if you've not tried them, get a good shaman. But fucking go try a psychedelic, I would say, with care and safety. They're quite fun. They're quite fun. LSD, my boy, that's a heavy ride. That's a heavy ride.
questioning, Seo-hee admitted that she had indeed delivered drugs to Icon's dormitory. As more and more YG artists became linked to Seo-hee and her drug use, Yang Hyun-suk realized that if he didn't want his entire company to go up in flames, then he needed to put a stop to this investigation. And the best way to do that was to get Seo-hee to shut up. So on the 23rd of August 2016, Yang Hyun-suk summoned Seo-hee in for a meeting. Nobody knows exactly what was discussed, but after this suspicious meeting, Seo-hee immediately retracted her statements about delivering drugs to Icon's dormitory. Yang Hyun-suk also sent Seo-hee away to the US for 3 months, starting from December of 2016 to February of 2017, which coincidentally was just in time for Big Bang to wrap up their promotions and for Top to enlist in the military.
That's suspicious.
Vanessa.
That's weird.
Because of Yang Hyun-suk's
We're wasting my money.
The investigations were greatly delayed, and the case dragged on for years. But in the end, Top and B.I. were still found guilty and sentenced to 2 and 4 years of probation respectively for their drug use. Additionally, Yang Hyun-suk's shady actions eventually came to light. And after significant public pressure, he was forced to step down as the CEO of YG Entertainment in mid-2019. As for Seo-hee, she was found guilty of smuggling and distributing drugs. Despite being at the center of this entire controversy, she somehow managed to get away.
Wait, let's look up this definition. Let's just make sure she... Conveyance of things by fucking hell. They got her with the first 3 words. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. I'm like, she didn't smuggle shit. Like, she just transported and sold it. She's in sales and transportation. But technically, she smuggled that shit.
With just a slap on the wrist. Police never investigated her for any other potential drug dealings, and in June of 2017, she ended up getting sentenced to just 4 years of probation, marking her first, but certainly not her last, drug charge.
No?
Throughout the rest of 2017, Han Seo-hee continued to get into various controversies, mainly surrounding her feminist beliefs. Now don't get me wrong, I myself identify as a feminist, and I think that feminism can be a great movement. But the problem with Seo-hee was that she was using her brand of feminism to hate on transgendered individuals and demonize all men.
She a TERF.
And she even declared herself
and
a member of
misandrist.
radical feminist group WOMAD, which had previously been investigated for posting revenge porn against men. Han Seo-hee's extreme
Revenge porn against men. I don't know. I have too juvenile of a mindset for this, because I'm like, I know it can be a thing, just like how it can be traumatizing to a woman, but I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm only thinking about it from my perspective. Like, this is why I say I'm too juvenile. I can't actually, for some reason, my brain's just like, put yourself in that person's shoes. I'm like, I don't care. But then, like, actually put yourself in that person's shoes, which means like how somebody else would feel. And I'm like, I get it. But then my brain just instantly says, I don't care. But if I was like a lady, I'd be like, actually, this is a massive issue. So this is why I'm like, my brain's just too juvenile to have the distinctions to be like, this is actually an issue. I don't know. I'm too juvenile.
Famous views caused her to get into frequent online arguments with celebrities like transgender model Harisu, actor Yoo In, and influencer Kang Hyuk-min. In the case of Kang Hyuk-min, the beef began because of differences over their views on feminism. But instead of engaging...
My brain clicked on that alliteration. The beef began because, hey, she cooking.
Beef began because of differences over their views on feminism. But instead of engaging in a normal and respectful debate, Seo-hee escalated the situation by posting on her social media that Kang Hyuk-min was a potential rapist. Police later determined that these accusations were completely false, but Kang Hyuk-min continued to receive death threats and accusations from the radical feminist community. And in the end, he filed a lawsuit against Seo-hee.
How'd she go from Scarface to J.K. Rowling? How? What is this?
And 10,000 netizens for defamation. Sadly though, this wouldn't be the only time that Seo-hee made false accusations, because in 2019, she and her then girlfriend Jung Da-eun did the exact same thing to K-pop boy group Monsta X. For some context, Jung Da-eun is a
terrible fucking haircut. Like, Lord Jesus, remove it from his head now haircut. Like, nobody has a good haircut. Nobody has a good haircut. I'm leaving this screen because I'm gonna get in trouble if I keep roasting people, and this is a serious moment. But no, fucking hell, my eyes, I can't even look no more.
Reality star who had previously appeared on the show Old Sound Generation back in the late 2000s, and this was actually where she became friends with her co-star Wonho, who later went on to become a member of Monsta X. Fast forward to October of 2019, Wonho and Da-eun's careers had obviously taken very different turns, and the two had seemingly fallen out of contact. Instead, Da-eun met and began dating, so fallen out of contact.
Jung Da-eun, cuz on the right. It says Han Seo-hee's girlfriend. Does Jung turn or transition into being a woman, and we're just using this old picture, or what's the situation? From text, I've become confused.
Instead, Da-eun met and began dating Seo-hee. And the reason why I use air quotes is because sometimes this couple would claim that they were in an actual relationship, while other times they would claim that they were just putting on a business lesbian performance. So none of us knows if this relationship was ever even real or if it was just another publicity stunt. But regardless, what we do know for sure was that this couple bonded over their love for drama. And not even a month after they started.
Fuck a trauma bond. I need a drama bond. I'm telling you. If we could watch drama and mess together, for some reason, you're so much closer to my heart. Because I watch some really nerdy shit, but I also love me a mess. So it's like, when they like your drama too, but not my drama. I'm not trying to be no drama, but the drama I like to watch on television, let me hold you a little bit closer. So good.
Started dating, they decided that they were going to launch a hate campaign against ex-friend Wonho and his group Monsta X. On the 29th of October, Jung Da-eun suddenly claimed that Wonho owed her money. The couple also accused Wonho of committing numerous crimes during his youth, including violence, theft, and even drug use, which is pretty ironic coming from these two. The scandal caused police to launch a full-scale investigation into the supposed drug use, which proved to be completely fake, and Wonho was cleared of all of the drug charges. However, he admitted to having a troubled past and ended up leaving Monsta X as a result of the controversy. But Han Seo-hee and Jung Da-eun still weren't done with this poor boy group just yet, because Han Seo-hee then posted this screenshot of messages from a married man who claimed that his wife was having an affair with another Monsta X member, Jonu. Fortunately, this screenshot was later also proven to be taken.
Boys, girls as well. Let's not fuck people's partners knowingly. That shit dangerous. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you do know, don't do it. Because you don't know what that other motherfucker gonna do about that person. You're gonna be thinking you having a good time, and the motherfucker end up stabbing your ass, and you'll be like, how did we get here? Because you're playing around with people's love. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There's enough people in the world that Shorty's married. Just move on.
Taken out of context, as Shonu had already broken up the relationship as soon as he found out about the woman's marital status. We really don't know if Seo-hee and Da-eun had more plans to take out even more Monsta X members. But if there's a silver lining to this entire situation, at least this toxic couple were so toxic that even they couldn't handle each other for long. And before they could cause any more damage to Monsta X or any other K-pop group, this disastrous pair ended up imploding on themselves. In December of 2019, not even 3 months after their relationship began, Seo-hee and Da-eun broke up after an alleged domestic violence incident, which Seo-hee obviously couldn't resist the urge to post about online. Obviously, none of us knows exactly what went down behind the scenes, and while many people have claimed that this was just a publicity stunt, there is also a chance that the incident could be real. But regardless, I think we can all agree that abused or not, it was still for the best that these two women broke up. So that marked the end of Seo-hee and Da-eun's disastrous relationship. But it sure didn't mark the end of Seo-hee's destructive lifestyle and attention-seeking behavior. In July of 2020, Seo-hee was booked on her second drug charge. Now, if you recall, at this point, Seo-hee was still on probation because of her YG drug scandal. So she was having to do random drug tests as part of her probation. And it was during one of the urine tests that they discovered she had amphetamines in her system.
Ooh,
Instead of just
doing that
admitting
meth.
to doing the drugs, Seo-hee spun some ridiculous story about how her urine cup had supposedly fallen into the toilet and gotten contaminated by other people's urine. But this proved to be impossible because the only other people who had used that toilet were all male, and the urine sample that Seo-hee submitted was clearly from a female. So yeah, she was found guilty and sentenced to 1.5 years in prison. But as if all of that wasn't embarrassing enough, news reports stated that she caused a huge commotion during sentencing by cursing at the judge and yelling at staff and other inmates on the prison bus. Fast forward to 2022, Han Seo-hee had finally finished serving her prison sentence, but she was back in court once again. This time as a victim/star witness in Yang Hyun-suk's intimidation trial.
Ooh.
I swear the courtroom is literally Han Seo-hee's second home. Anyways, this new case involved the secret meeting between Yang Hyun-suk and Han Seo-hee that took place during the YG drug scandal. So on the 23rd of August 2016, Yang Hyun-suk summoned Seo-hee in for a meeting. Nobody knows exactly what was discussed, but after this suspicious meeting, Seo-hee immediately retracted her statements about delivering drugs to Icon's dormitory. Well, this meeting was being brought back into the spotlight because Yang Hyun-suk was now facing charges for threats of retaliation. In other words, it is believed that during the meeting, he might have threatened Han Seo-hee into helping with BI's cover-up. According to Han Seo-hee, she claimed that Yang Hyun-suk had confiscated her phone and threatened to ruin her career if she didn't cooperate. Which, don't get me wrong, I definitely do not support threats of any kind. But honestly, if that's what he said, then that's by far one of the shittiest threats I've ever heard. Because you can't ruin a career that doesn't even exist.
Yes.
You know,
Yo, the sass that was dripping off of that was like, yo, that's one of the shittiest ones ever. Because it almost sounds like she's like, can't believe you'd say something like that. Psych, bitch, you have no career. Fuck are you talking about? Oh, shout out to Shorty.
What's the funniest thing? It seems like the judges also had these exact same thoughts. Because Yang Hyun-suk ended up being acquitted of the charge. Not because the judges didn't believe that he made a threat, but rather because they felt like the threats he did make simply weren't scary enough. I mean, the judge literally said, the exchanges between Yang Hyun-suk and Han Seo-hee do not adequately indicate that Han Seo-hee was under severe pressure. As of now, the prosecution has filed an appeal against the ruling, and Yang Hyun-suk's intimidation trial is expected to continue. The problem is, the prosecution might experience a bit more trouble now that they're missing their star witness, Han Seo-hee. But why would Seo-hee be missing, you might ask? Well, because just a week ago, she was busted in yet another K-pop drug scandal.
Oh, shit.
Here we go again.
On the 21st of October, police discovered that a drug package had entered Korea. Upon tracing the whereabouts of this package, they discovered that it had been delivered to a high-end brothel in Gangnam. Sound familiar? She also took up a job at a high-end brothel in Gangnam, known as a Templo. Since then, police have linked several high-profile individuals to the investigation, including, of course, our girl Han Seo-hee, as well as actor Yi Sun-kyun, socialite Hwang Hana, and most incredibly, Han Seo-hee's ex-girlfriend, Daeun. Nice how everything comes full circle, doesn't it? So currently, it looks like Han Seo-hee might be facing yet another drug charge. And since we're on the topic of drug charges, I wanted to make this clear. All the celebrities who did drugs with Han Seo-hee are fully responsible for their own actions. So if you're one of those fans who thinks that your oppa can do no wrong, then just know that I do not agree with you. That being said, do no wrong, then just know that
it's one thing to debate about the legality of drugs, but I do not agree with double standards. If it's okay for your oppa to do drugs, then it's unfair to say Han Seo-hee should be thrown in jail for doing the exact. Big facts. Big facts.
That I do not agree with you. That being said, Han Seo-hee is clearly the common denominator here. She just seems to bring about trouble wherever she goes, and considering her long list of crimes and other controversies, it's no surprise that she has a terrible reputation in the K-pop industry.
일반 사람들이 날 생각했을 때는
But she's gotta have a great one as a drug dealer. As a person, as a supplier, Shorty must be getting premium, cause they keep calling her ass.
기사로만 날 접하니까. 기사는 되게 자극적이니까.
Seo-hee herself knows this and claims that she thrives off the negative attention she receives. But based on her reliance on drugs and her clear mental health issues, I truly doubt if she's really as happy as she claims to be. I know I've been dunking on Seo-hee this entire video, but honestly, it can't be a happy existence constantly receiving so many deaths.
Is it just me? Because how I heard it was, I know I've been dunking on Shorty the entire video. So, like, I'm going to lighten up. And then proceeds to yam another big one on her ass. Like, yo, it must be tough to get all these motherfucking death threats.
But honestly, it can't be a happy existence constantly receiving so many death threats and hate comments from K-pop fans. And personally, I believe that this whole villain persona she's putting on might just be a way for her to cope with the bitterness and sadness she feels due to her failed K-pop career.
지금 꿈이 전혀 없어. 노래를 하고 싶다는 생각은 언제나 항상 있었어. 근데 나이도 그렇고 그냥 이것저것 생각을 하면 그 대중들한테 이미지 소비가 너무 많이 됐잖아 이미. 대중들이 나 이미 너무 잘 알잖아.
Lean in.
불가능할 것 같아 그거는.
Give me a full villain arc, please.
If you really think about it, Seo-hee's situation is actually pretty sad. So I truly hope that she will eventually find some purpose in life and get the help that she so desperately needs.
I don't know.
Thank
I don't know
you
she
for
needs help.
watching, and special thanks to my Patreon members for supporting my channel. If you'd like to watch reaction videos and other bonus content, then be sure to check that out on my Patreon.
All right. That was a mess. That was a right good old mess all the way through. Fucking thank you very much for this video. I appreciate it every second. Thank you guys for joining me. Please get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about drug use. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Go check out No Feelings if you got a couple extra minutes. Hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.